The medical bay of the Stellar Concordance hummed with alien technology as Mia stumbled through the doorway, her left arm hanging at an unnatural angle. Blood seeped through the tears in her uniform and a nasty gash ran across her forehead. Behind her, Max supported her weight, his own face bruised and swollen from the asteroid mining accident that had nearly killed them both. Dr. Zixthor, the station's chief medical officer, recoiled in horror. His four eyes widened simultaneously, and his translucent blue skin paled to an almost white hue. The Calarian physician had treated hundreds of species across the galaxy, but humans still managed to shock him. By the eternal stars, Zixthor's voice translator crackled. You should be in critical stasis. Those injuries are catastrophic. Mia winced as Max helped her onto the examination platform. It's really not that bad, Doc. Just popped my shoulder out and got a few cuts. Max has it worse. Max waved dismissively despite the fact that his right eye was swollen shut and 3 of his ribs were clearly fractured. I'm fine. Just patch up Mia first. Zixthor's tentacle-like appendages trembled as he scanned Mia with his medical device. The readings made no sense. Her bone had separated from the socket completely. She had lost nearly 15% of her blood volume. Her cranial injury should have rendered her unconscious. Yet here she sat, chatting casually as if she had merely stubbed her toe. I don't understand, Zixthor muttered, checking his scanner's calibration for the 3rd time. Your pain receptors are firing constantly. The neural signals indicate agony levels that would send most species into fatal shock. How are you even conscious? Mia shrugged with her good shoulder. Adrenaline, I guess? It hurts, sure, but you just kind of push through it. Push through it? Zixthor's voice rose an octave. You can't simply push through fundamental biological trauma. Your species shouldn't even be able to move with this damage. Max limped over to a nearby chair, leaving a small trail of blood droplets. Doc, seriously, we've both had worse. Remember that time on Kepler 442b, Mia? Despite her pain, Mia laughed. Oh God, when you fell into that ravine and broke your leg in 3 places? You still walked 5 kilometers back to camp. Well, what else was I going to do? Sit there and wait for rescue? Zixthor felt his dual hearts racing. In his 40 years of practice, he had never encountered such casual disregard for severe injury. When a Calarian broke a limb, they required immediate sedation and weeks of regenerative therapy. These humans spoke of compound fractures like minor inconveniences. I need to reset your shoulder, Zixthor said, trying to regain his professional composure. This will be extremely painful. I'll need to sedate you first and— Nah, just pop it back in, Mia interrupted. Max, you want to do the honors? Before Zixthor could protest, Max positioned himself behind Mia, placed his hands on her shoulder and arm, and with a sharp movement and a sickening pop, relocated the joint. Mia gasped, her face contorting for a brief moment. Then she rotated her arm experimentally. Much better. Thanks, Max. Zixthor's scanner clattered to the floor. You let him. Without anesthesia? It's quicker this way, Mia explained. Now can you just seal up these cuts? We need to get back to work. The mining quota won't meet itself. Back to work? Zixthor picked up his scanner with shaking appendages. You need at least 2 weeks of recovery. Your soft tissues are severely damaged. Your bone needs time to heal properly, and you've experienced significant trauma. Max and Mia exchanged glances. Max spoke up, his voice slightly muffled by his swollen face. Doc, with all due respect, I've got broken ribs and I'll be back on duty tomorrow. Humans heal pretty fast. Fast? Zixthor began working on Mia's lacerations with his tissue welder. The Galactic Medical Database indicates human bone regeneration takes 6 to 8 weeks. Your soft tissue healing is similarly slow compared to most species. Sure, for complete healing, Mia said. But functional recovery? Give it a few days. I'll be mostly back to normal within a week. As Zixthor sealed the gash on her forehead, he marveled at what he was witnessing. Already the bleeding had stopped on its own. Her body's clotting factors had activated with remarkable efficiency. The swelling around her shoulder was already decreasing. It was as if human bodies were designed for damage. Your species is absolutely insane, Zixthor said, moving to examine Max's ribs. Do you have any idea how many species would die from shock alone with injuries like these? Max grinned lopsidedly. Yeah, but we're not most species, Doc. Humans are stubborn. Our bodies are stubborn. We're basically built to take a beating and keep going. As Zixthor scanned Max's torso, he noticed something else extraordinary. The microfractures in Max's ribs were already beginning the healing process. Osteoblast activity was off the charts. The human body had immediately mobilized its repair mechanisms at a cellular level. "This is remarkable," Zixthor admitted. "Your immune response is incredibly aggressive. Your cellular regeneration is already active. Your pain tolerance is beyond any species I've studied. It's almost as if you evolved in an exceptionally hostile environment." "Earth," both humans said simultaneously. Mia continued. "Our planet tried to kill us for millions of years. Doc, predators, diseases, climate extremes, you name it. We got tough or we died out." Zixthor began wrapping Max's ribs, still processing this information. In all his years serving on the Concordance, he had treated species from high-gravity worlds, toxic atmospheres, and radiation-soaked systems. But none exhibited this particular combination of durability, pain tolerance, and healing capacity. "And you say this is normal for humans?" he asked. "Pretty much," Max confirmed. "I mean, we're not invincible. We can definitely die. But yeah, we're pretty good at not dying, even when we probably should." After treating both humans, Zixthor watched in amazement as they walked out of the medical bay under their own power. Mia's arm was in a sling and Max moved stiffly due to his ribs, but they moved nonetheless. Any other species would have required hovering gurneys and intensive care. As the door closed behind them, Zixthor heard Mia say, "So, lunch?" "I'm starving. Near-death experiences always make me hungry." The Calarian physician sat down heavily, his appendages draped across his workstation. He pulled up the human medical file on his screen and added a new note. "Species continues to defy all conventional medical understanding. Recommend extreme caution when informing humans of injury severity, as they appear to interpret all damage as just a scratch. Their ability to survive and function through trauma is both impressive and deeply disturbing." He paused, then added one final line. "Note to self, never tell a human they can't do something. They will take it as a challenge and probably succeed out of sheer spite." Outside the medical bay, the two humans made their way to the cafeteria, already planning their return to the mining operation. In the grand tradition of their species, they would heal, they would recover, and they would continue doing what humans did best, surviving against all reasonable odds.